today's look, I did a soft romantic smoky eye. This is one of my most requested eye looks for weddings, and it gets a lot of compliments, so I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so I have already done one of my eyebrows just to save time. So I'm using MAC's brow pencil to fill in my brow. I like to start at the bottom of my brow and make a really sharp line underneath just to define it really well. It can be messy because we're going to clean it up with concealer. Okay, so now I'm going in with MAC Prolongwear Waterproof Brow Setting Gel. I use chestnut red since I have a reddish tint to my hair. I am so obsessed with these. They have the smallest wand on them and they are perfect for your eyebrows. You don't have to use a brow setting gel. I just really like them. I get some wild hairs that like to stick up throughout the day, so this helps to keep them down and set them in place. So this is MAC's Prolongwear Concealer. I am so obsessed with this stuff. I use it for all of my weddings. I use it on myself every day. It is a full coverage concealer, so I actually prime my eyelids with it. You can use any concealer brush. That was a Sorme concealer brush. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, so I prime my eyes with it. I do not use Paint Pot anymore. I used to use those and love them, but this seems to work so much better. It matches my skin tone. It covers up any freckles or veins in your eyelids, and it really lasts throughout the day. It holds my eyeshadows really well. It is the perfect shadow primer. So I put it all over my eyelid and also frame my eyebrow. So now I'm going in, since I've outlined my brow, and I'm just blending the concealer upward. This is gonna give it a soft fade. It doesn't have to be perfectly blended because we're gonna go in with a foundation afterwards. And I'm also taking it underneath my eyes and using it as a highlight as well, since it's a little lighter than my skin. I always go down the bridge of my nose. I do my chin because I have a lot of redness in my chin. And then I do these giant triangles under my eye because it really does brighten your eyes. A lot of people like to use their concealer in like a half moon shape under their eye, but to me that looks like a raccoon eye. This has a more flawless, bright look in the end. So this is how I like to do it. I also take it around my lips because I have so many freckles that when I draw my lip liner, sometimes it looks crooked because of my freckles. So that helps me a lot for all my girls who have freckles. And now I'm going in with the MAC buffing brush number 159. I love this brush. It is awesome. It's kind of small. They have bigger versions. I just really like this brush. This really softens any of those lines, and like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just buff this into your skin and make sure you really get underneath your eyelid where you have creases and kind of thin that out so that it doesn't crease out through the day. You just want to blend that in everywhere and soften those lines. Now I'm going to go in with my favorite liquid foundation. This is Match Master from MAC. I really like it. It has a soft, flawless look. It doesn't get oily throughout the day, but it also doesn't get dry and cracked out through the day. It's a full coverage, but it doesn't look cakey, so that's why it's my favorite. I'm going in with the same brush that I put my concealer on with and just kind of buffing it lightly throughout all the areas that don't have concealer, and then a little bit over top of the ones that do, just to soften them. And I keep forgetting I have a nose ring, so that's a new adjustment. Now I am going in with my Sorme foundation powders. I love these. I'm going in with the lightest color that I have, number 402. It is so pretty to put under your eyes. Even if you're tan, it's just a really light powder and it brightens under your eyes. And this color is 403. This is my actual skin color, so we're gonna set the whole face with this. Okay, now I'm going in with the Sorme 407 powder. That is one of the darker shades that we have. I like to use this to contour with because it sticks really well to everything that I already have on my face. I like to use this instead of a bronzer because a lot of bronzers already have shimmers in them, and I don't like that look. I like a little bit of shimmer in my highlight, but not in my contoured areas. It kind of makes it look oily throughout the day. And I was using the e.l.f. angled buffing brush. I love this brush. So since we've already contoured the jawline, I'm just going in through my forehead and adding a little bit of color up there as well, just to bronze it out. Okay, now I'm using the MAC Fluffy Blending Brush number 224. I love this brush for eyeshadows. I like it for contouring my nose. It's very fluffy, so it's going to give you a soft blended look. Now this step you really don't have to do, but I really love to contour my nose. I just think it's a more polished look if you're going to contour the rest of your face. I also add a little bit of darker powder underneath my lip. It helps to make your bottom lip look poutier. This is one of my new favorite blushes. This is by NYX. You can find that at Ulta. It's a really good brand that is inexpensive. This is one of their mosaic blushes in Love, and it has like a really pretty peachy orangey look to it, so I really love it for summertime or spring. And it blends really well with all the bronzing that we did. Just kind of warms it up a little. I also like to drag it up through my temple and my forehead a teeny bit, and across my eyelid. It helps me find my crease a little better later since we've primed it and it's all one flat color. This just makes it a little easier for me. Now we're gonna go in and highlight. This is one of Sorme's eyeshadows actually. It's called Status. It's a very sheer gold. So I actually use it more for a highlight than I do an eyeshadow. I like to take it right at the top of my jawbone just to highlight those areas, and I like that it's such a pretty gold shade because it helps your skin have that like J-Lo glow to it instead of the silver tones, which tend to make me look oily. This is MAC's Fluid Line in Black Track. We're gonna take a firm defining brush or a pencil brush or any type of brush that you have that's smaller and tight, and I'm just gonna line my lashes. This does not have to be precise. It does not need to be a sharp line. You just wanna get it by your lashes so that when you get your eyeshadow on, it stays darkest near your lashes. Now I'm going in with one of our top selling Sorme eyeshadows. This is called Silk, and this is a really pretty bronze color. And I'm also using MAC's blending brush on my lid and in my crease, number 217. So I'm gonna pat this on my eyelid. If you pat your eyeshadows, that puts more color down, and if you swipe, it blends it. Now I'm going in with that 224 brush again in my crease. This is the same brush that we used along my nose to contour my nose. This is a really fluffy brush. It does not matter if some of the bronzer is still on there, that's totally fine. But I just used it to blend out that line because we want this look really soft and blown out. Now I'm going in with a really tight defining brush and taking that Silk eyeshadow and just patting it underneath my lashes. Now I'm going in with Sorme eyeshadow in Coffee. This is a really dark brown that is matte. Taking that same brush and tapping it in my crease, just on the outside. I just want to darken the outside for a more slightly smoky effect. So I'm kind of patting it and swiping it into a V shape. And I'm going back in once again with the fluffier brush to blend in all of the coffee shadow that we just added in the crease. This is Black Velvet eyeshadow from Sorme. It's a matte dark black. And I'm just taking this by the lash line exactly where we put Black Track Fluid Line earlier. And this is just going to add some depth near your lashes. I'm also going in with that black right under my lash line again, underneath, and doing just the outer corner. Now I'm going in with another Sorme eyeshadow. This is called Bone. I'm going to highlight under my brows with this with the MAC 215 brush. And this is just a really light cream color. I don't really like a lot of shimmer under my brow. If I'm doing a soft dewy look, I might put a little bit of shimmer, but most of the time I like a matte light color under my brows to highlight it. And now I'm going in with Sorme eyeshadow in Ice. And this is a very light, white, pinky, shimmery shadow. I'm going to highlight my inner corners. I'm going to put this shadow on my tear ducts, on the inner corner of my eyelid, and also take it underneath and line the bottom inner corner of my lashes as well. This is just going to make your eyes look brighter and make them pop. Now I am taking a Sorme eyeshadow called Bear underneath my eyes just to blend all the colors that we just put down there. This is a really pinky tan matte shadow. Now I'm going in with Sorme's liquid liner in black. You can use any liquid liner, that really does not matter, or you can use a gel liner. They seem to last a little better. This is just a lot quicker for me to use a liquid liner. This also dries really, really fast, so I like using this one. And I'm trying to get this as close to my lash line as possible because we are going to be adding lashes, and I think that with liquid liner, it blends lashes and makes them look a little more natural. This is NYX Twist Up Eyeliner in black. I really love NYX. It is a good line. You can find it in the drugstore section at Ulta. I think that it goes on, a lot of their products go on just as well as MAC. Not all of them, so don't quote me, but I really love their liners, some of their shadows, love their blushes, love their lipsticks, love their liners, so try it, give it a try. It's super cheap and really pretty. So I lined the waterline on top and bottom. On the top, I just did the outer corners. On the bottom, I did the whole line. Now I am using my absolute favorite mascara right now. It is in Extreme Dimension in black by MAC. And now we're adding the lashes. These are a runway line by Eyebrow lashes, and this is called Giselle. I love these. This was the first time I had tried this pair, and they're actually really, really pretty. They're not overly long, so they still look semi-natural. They just make it look like you have very, very full lashes. So I'm taking it and holding it in a U shape and blowing on it. That kind of helps it shape to my eye better. Let them get tacky and then I put them on. Seriously going to start trying to use tweezers instead of my fingers to put these on. That way I can see. So yeah, I put them on. They kind of stuck well. Then the front got stuck to my lashes. It's a struggle. So if you are trying to put on lashes, just be patient. Sometimes they go on perfect. Sometimes they take you like, I don't know, 25 minutes like it did today. But they look awesome. So just practice your patience. Give it a try. And now I'm going in with a NYX lip liner. I wanted to do a wine color with this look today, so I used their Auburn lip liner pencil. It is a really, really pretty color. It's like a berry wine color. So pretty. So since we're doing a darker lip, I went ahead and filled in my whole lip. This is going to help keep the color of the lipstick on your lip. I also like to open my mouth and go into the corners and just make sure that they're connected. There's nothing worse than a pale line in between your lips. It just looks so weird. Oh my god, I take my mascara wand and detach the lashes when they get stuck, and it really, really helps. This is a NYX butter lipstick. I love their butter lipsticks. They are so creamy. This is in the shade Licorice, and they go on so beautifully. They're so creamy. So I went back in with another NYX butter lipstick just to brighten it. This is in Little Susie. This is really pretty by itself, but this helped to brighten the licorice just on the inside. And there we go. We are done.